Oh, mama, it's the way that you care. The little things you show, you're always there in the darkest moments. With you I had no fear. Oh, mama.
Hello, everybody. It is Straight Talk Food for the Soul. I am your host, Minister Claudette Hutchinson. And I told y'all this year we're bringing a bunch of new guests on. So we're going to pray in and we're going to get started. Our topic today is the courage not to fail. Father God, in the name of Jesus, God, we thank you. We love you. We honor you and we give you praise. God, if you would be in our mouths today, God, if we would encourage somebody to walk their dream out, God. God, help them to do it even though they're fearful, God. God, you're able to do all things but fail. God, we're looking to the hills from which cometh our help. All our help cometh from thee, which makes the heavens and the earth. And God, you can do nothing. God, we can do nothing without you. And this young lady that's coming on has done all things. She's made her dream come true. And God, we trust you. In Jesus' name, amen. Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
I can't hear anything.
Elijah, what's happening? We look like folks is muted. Jameer, you can't hear me? I can hear you. Let's find out what's going on in the background. Jameer, my administrator, is in the car and he's driving, but we're going to figure it out, y'all. Just give us a whole second.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
But I can't hear you.
But she can't hear us. She's not muted. I'm not muted. Go out and come back in, Jerry.
I can't.
Jerry, go out and come back in. Leave Jerry. What is that?
Can everyone hear me?
No. I can hear you, but Jerry can't hear us.
Hello?
EJ, put in the chat to tell Jerry to go back out and come back in because she cannot hear us.
I can't hear you, Nana.
Let me try to get my headphones.
Can you hear me, Elijah? What is that?
Oh, God. Have your guests to go out, and come back in.
That's what I need EJ to put in the chat and tell her. Can he put that in the chat, please? Okay, where's the chat? Okay. EJ, can you hear me? Hi, guys. This is Straight Talk Food for the Soul. We are having technical difficulties. I have no idea why. We had our guest to go out, and we're going to have her come back in. I'm not sure what's going on, but our topic today is about courage. This young lady, I've been watching her on TikTok for about 5 months. I didn't realize that I thought she had walked away from a corporate job, but it's not that she walked away for a corporate job. She couldn't find a job and she had written a book. Hello, whoever's popping in. Our guest is having technical difficulties. We're trying to figure out what's going on. So give us a moment so we can get things straightened out. Well, I don't know what's going on. Jerry, can you hear me now? Jerry, can you hear us?
No, not even with the headphones I can hear.
Okay.
I can hear something now. What was that? Where'd it go? I just heard something and it went away.
Can you hear me now, Jerry?
Okay, let me go out and come back in like you said.
Okay, guys, I'm really sorry. There are some technical difficulties on our guest side. She's gone out. She's coming back in. Thank you for popping on. Thank you guys for being patient with us. Jerry, can you hear us?
I I was
Can you
like, what
hear
is
us?
going on? Yes, I can hear.
Yay!
I was like, what is going on? I just heard her before we went live and now I don't hear her at all.
Okay, well, we're going to get started. We got people already popping on. Thank you guys for coming. Jerry, tell them your full name, where they can find you on social media, and then give the name of your book and maybe show us a copy of your book, and then we'll
Okay.
get started.
Okay, well, my pen name is Jerry Cohen Betty, but that's my actual name. You can find me on all platforms at Jerry C. Biddy. That's Geric Biddy, Biddy. Okay, it's like Diddy, but with a B, because we ain't Diddy. And this is my book, Muse: Brown Skin: A Dangerous Kind of Love. This book came out September 10th of last year. It is nonfiction. It's based on my life. I would say about 60% of it. And yeah, some things
Okay,
I've been
now
through.
I didn't know that part.
Oh, you didn't?
And
Yes.
I'm going to be honest. For my audience, we are not going to read any portions of your book during the daytime.
Please don't. And do not read my book at work. They'd be like, is it work safe? I'd be like, not this book.
So her
No.
book is a little racy, y'all.
Yes.
It's for adults only. And we're here to promote her book, but we're more here to promote the courage she had, not just to write the book. She's literally written it about her life, which a lot of
Yes.
us, she's just like me. We're going to put it on paper and we don't care what you say. We just going to let it ride out.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been on your late night TikToks and I've listened to your book, and I had to come out because I'm not married and it's not
Mm-hmm.
really good for me to watch while I'm single. So I'm just going to be
Okay.
real.
Mm.
We
As
get
a married woman, it's a little different for me. I'm married, so I got somebody to take it out on.
Yeah, so we get out of your lab. Okay, so what do you think? I'm gonna give you my definition of courage. And we
Okay.
do this because I was 47 before I learned how to spell. And I already had
Okay.
written a book. I had raised 10 kids. I had been married twice and I couldn't spell. So words mean a lot.
Hmm.
So my
Yeah,
word courage, it is the ability to do something that you're frightened to do, but you have the determination, the endurance, and the fearfulness and the fortitude to do it anyway. What do you
that
think?
sounds yeah,
Definition?
that sounds completely right. I mean, fear is a big thing, and to step past your fear and do it anyways. I know when I'm fearful of something, I just feel it in my stomach. It almost feels like I'm a vomit. You know what I mean? But I take that as a sign like if it feels that way, it must be something I should be doing. So that I was very fearful to write this book. Parts of this book, I was like, do I want to reveal that I went through something like that? But I was like, yeah, I need to because it's a part of my story, and I'm just not ashamed of anything that I've been through. And in the moment of being in this book, I was just like, I was the only person going through it. You know, we go through that. I feel like I'm the only one and I don't want to share it because I'll be embarrassed. But me releasing it, I realized a lot of women have gone through the same exact situation. So it's never just you. It's never
And
just you.
the devil has a way to try to put you in isolation and get you
Mm.
away from people, get you distracted so you won't do your purpose. So
Right.
I've been talking about that lately. And sometimes people think isolation is this good place to be. Not necessarily it should be,
No.
because the only voice you hear is your voice. And the adversary uses your voice to deter you from doing what God wants and needs for you to do. So
Yeah.
turn the volume of your voice down. And maybe, and I'm a self-help junkie. That's what people say. I listen to all this stuff because I was molested as a kid. I've been divorced. I've had a bonus child to pass away. So I've had
Hmm.
trauma in my life. So I
Right.
have to listen, read, walk out good things. So
Hmm.
and I was telling you about Janelle Villier too. Is my author coach. Me and my daughter are collabing on a book, and she wrote a book. I slept with a married man. Am I still a good person?
Mm.
True story. And she was like, nobody's going to want to work with me anymore. People are not going to want to be bothered with me. And her parents really didn't want her to write the book. But she said,
Hmm.
nagging feeling inside that God wanted her to do it. And her business exploded because of her transparency.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how many
That's
people
that's how it works.
to you? How many people have reached out to you
As far as what?
when listening to your book? Because I
Oh, just
was
listening to
like,
the book. Yeah, a lot of women and men. Because with my book, it's not just the woman's voice, it's the man's voice in every single chapter. You hear both perspectives. So I've had men and women reach out to me saying that they've been through this or they're still going through it. I had one lady reach out to me. She's like, she's been in it for 16 years. And I was just like, you gotta, hopefully this book helps you get out of that because I have like a healing section in the back of the book.
mhm.
Um, and I always just try to be there for people who are still going through it because I remember where I was and it just was not in a good mental space at all.
Just give us a snippet because we don't want you to give the whole book. Because when people get done with this, we want them to buy your book. So
Hmm.
give us a snippet because you keep saying what you were going through. Give us a snippet of what you were going through that would cause this kind of shame.
Well, one with this book, the way it starts off is Muse is in a relationship and she finds out her boyfriend at the time had two women pregnant at the same time. So she ends up leaving him, and at that point, she hates men. We all go through it. I hate men, but she still wants to get laid. So she's on Twitter running her mouth about an episode of Single Ladies, and this guy reaches out to her, which is brown skin, and was like, "Hey, I can handle those needs for you." And she thought it was going to be a one night stand, but it turned into 6 years of the most toxic, loving, chaotic situationship she's ever been in. She literally poured everything she was into this man because she felt like she loved him, and he did not give that back. So it's like a coming of age, almost love story. We've all had that one person that we just love down to our toenails, and they just refuse to love us back.
That's sad. But did you know that person really couldn't love you back?
Not initially, because I think it was just the timing of everything. So when Muse and Brownskin initially met, they had this bond, right? But he was still a struggling artist. He wasn't really getting as many gigs, and it wasn't until he got on his first worldwide tour that things shifted. Like
Mhm.
that's when the women come in, and you're around these big name artists, and of course, it's just women lined up to try to get to that artist. So yeah, when he started traveling the world and doing these amazing things, that's when it shifted. And although he expanded to that, she was still stuck in the space they were when it was just them. She couldn't let that go.
I have an ADD part of my brain that's just like this is going crazy right now. I'm just like, so once he blows up, he no longer has
Mhm.
for you.
Right. But he does. He does in a sense, not like them being in a relationship, but more so being his muse, being his inspiration behind the songs that he was writing. So yeah, it was still a need, but not the need that she was craving.
Was your father in your life?
My father, I write about that in here briefly. My father was in my life. I met my father when I was 6. He was in a jail release program. And so I tried to get to know him as best as I could. And probably when I was about 12, he got arrested again because he spent most of his life in jail. And then he was there for 10 years. So he missed a big chunk of my life. And then, of course, that left me scarred. That left me angry. Even when he got out, like we were beefing, I couldn't stand it. I was just like, you went to jail and da 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 da. And, just angry, angry. You should be angry your parent goes to jail for that long. So as much as I wanted him to be there, he wasn't. He was in jail a lot. So that I definitely put in the book something along the lines like, when my father went to jail for the final time, it broke me. My boundaries were gone. My self-worth was gone after that because you lose the man that's supposed to love you first, right?
Yes.
So I had no boundaries. I just took whatever, like if it's good enough, then okay. If they say I'm good enough, okay, that's enough. I didn't have any standards or boundaries or any of that. No self-worth.
That is so crazy because me and my daughter are collabing on the book. We don't even know the name of the book. We just writing right now.
Good.
But in the book, we talk a lot about the daddy hole because I have my oldest biological child. I met her dad, had her, and I was so shameful to be pregnant with her because back then, I'm 60. Back then, we didn't just pop up and get pregnant, And I went to a pawn shop and bought a wedding ring. And I wore it because when I was in college, I didn't want people to ask where your baby daddy was.
Right.
Ashamed of her, but I carry shame. But I linked a lot of things together. My father was in prison most of my life. He was a big time dealer. He was a murderer and a pimp. And I knew everything about him. I've always known who he was. But then I end up getting pregnant and giving my daughter that same daddy hole that I had. And what the difference between me and you is it made me put up boundaries. It made me.
I was opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was determined that I was going to have more, but even though I had boundaries up, I still didn't know what love looked like.
That's another thing.
Yeah. So
that's another topic right there.
Yeah, come on, talk about it. Because there are women out here that don't really know why they're pickers off, why they choose the men they choose. So talk
most of the time we're choosing our father. But when I was younger, and I do talk about this in the book, I went to church every Sunday. My grandfather was a pastor, and they always taught us, keep your legs closed. It's not godly and all this. But then when you go home and see what they're doing, it's not love. It's abuse. It's all the things. And I'm like, y'all were preaching it, but y'all weren't practicing what you preach. So when I was younger, I was a big watcher. I just people watch and see how people move. And they didn't really show us what love was. They showed, especially the women, they showed us how to make ourselves smaller to fit into whatever a guy wanted. And that played a big part of my 20s and my part of my 30s. It was like, whatever they say, whatever makes them comfortable, and kind of diminishing what I want, what I need. So it's a learned behavior, I feel like. We learn it from the women in the family.
We may have to talk a little bit more about this offline. And all of this still leads that you are fearless. And I don't know if you know you're fearless.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I have moments where I feel like I could be doing more. I know a lot of people on TikTok like, you're doing so much. Like, I don't even know how you're doing it. And I just feel like once I put it in my mind that this is something I'm going to do, I just go all the way there. And if I'm not going to go all the way there, then I'm just not going to do it.
I wish you could teach a class on that. I think you writing this book is amazing for you to tell your truth and your vulnerability, because it's going to help somebody but to
Hmm.
learn how to walk out life when you have a daddy hole. Then you have children. Have you been married before?
I am married now. I have four children. One, my oldest is from a previous relationship that I briefly touch on in this book. And then I have three more with my husband.
Do you talk about your husband on TikTok?
I don't.
Okay, because I was about to say I've been watching.
I don't. I just wear my ring and let people figure it out.
And yeah, I didn't even see the ring. And my children said, "Mommy, you're not nosy enough for me to be an interview podcaster and an author." Sometimes I'm just not nosy
He's
enough.
on there sometimes. I like peek him in, but my husband, he really doesn't like social media. He really just gives me this lane because he's the one. Because I stopped writing for 6 years. This is not my well. This is my first book, but I've been writing in my truth for decades now. So this is not new for me. Half of this book was already written just from me going back in my archives and looking at all the things I wrote back then. Half of this book was, I've been writing a book. I just didn't know it. I just thought I was journaling or writing columns for magazines and stuff like that. But it was my husband for the last 6 years. He's been like, when are you going to get back in writing? Because when I initially met him, I was all in it. And he's seen how passionate I was. And then I just stopped one day. I was like, I'm tired.
Mhm.
And he's been on my butt for 6 years. When you going to write your book? When you going to write a book? I was like, I don't think I want to do that. And he was like, you're a liar. You're a terrible liar. I know you want to write. You just don't know it yet. And then one day after I finished grad school, the next day, I went crazy writing this book. It came out of nowhere. It's not something that I planned to do. I was really against it, but yeah, I guess God had a different plan for me because I just wanted to be a wife. I just wanted to homeschool our children. That was the plan. He was like, that's too basic for you. You're just
Mhm.
not going to do it. You're more than just that.
It's
So,
I don't know what it is because I've been married twice. That was
mhm,
17 years to my first
mhm.
children, and then the second set it was 10 years. Um, and neither one of my spouses supported me the way that your husband has.
Wow.
And we
Yeah,
don't.
he's on me. I mean, if I take a night off from TikTok, I'm like, I just don't feel like it. He's like, get on TikTok live. He'll make my tea. He'll make sure I have a setup. Like he be on me about this. So yeah, he's been super supportive, more supportive than I ever could imagine someone could be. None of my exes would have been this supportive.
I think
Oh,
that is,
yes.
y'all. She got the plumber at the house. The pipe busted, and she trying to get it fixed.
Okay, that's fine.
I was
Sorry,
just letting
y'all.
you know you trying to get the pipe fixed. You got to have water after
Listen, listen. It's three.
a book
Three
event.
floors of my house flooded. So yeah, they're trying to fix it. Yeah, before it molds. So
Look, and she's fearless, y'all. She's still on the podcast. She got a book event tonight. The pipes are busted. She's got kids and she's married. And look, she's still on the podcast. And then
I
all
listen.
excuses about we cannot complete
Oh,
assignment.
there's no excuse. I don't believe in excuses.
Mhm.
There is no excuse. If you want it, then do it. My thing is, I think for me, once I wrote this book, I went to sleep one night and I don't dream at all. I'm not a dreamer. I don't wake up with a bunch of dreams. But this night I had a dream. And I was sitting in the movie theater watching my movie, the movie Muse. And I was like, I dreamt it, so it's going to happen. So I got to do everything I can do to make sure that it's in the movies now. So I'm like learning screenwriting. I'm just trying to do all the things to make sure it happens because I'm like, I dreamt it, so that means, yeah, I'm just waiting for it to happen. I have to do everything I can to make sure. So yeah, I've
You
been going hard.
you amazing. And you don't even
Thank
know it.
you.
You know?
Listen. I don't. I think because when you're in it, you just go, 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 go all the time. And recently, I think once I sold over 700 books, I was like, hold on, let me take a moment. In less than 6 months, I was like, let me just breathe for a second. That's a
You
big deal.
700 books being on TikTok.
Yeah, and all my platforms. I have the book on TikTok. I have it on Audible now. That just came out on February 17th. People are eating that Audible book up. And I have it on like Barnes and Noble, stuff like that. But yeah, collectively over 700 books. But I've sold more books on TikTok than I've sold on all of those platforms.
And because my writing coach is got her own publishing company and everything, you know, most books don't sell more than 200 copies.
Seriously, I didn't know that.
Yes.
And me, I'm like, 700, maybe we should make it 1,000, or like I just up it. Once I hit the goal, I'm in it so much that I don't pay attention. It's every like once in a while, I'll be like, hold on, let me stop and like do the math on this real quick. Because you're just selling and shipping. You don't really count how many books have been sold. But yeah, I
Because
just
I watch
discovered that a couple of days ago.
this. Yeah, and I watch you getting the books right. I'll be watching.
Yeah, yeah. So now I don't even take them to the post office. My husband, he takes every book to the post office now. I don't
Wow.
even do that anymore. Yeah, he was like, you just focus on what you're focusing on, and I got it.
That's a beautiful thing to have such support. Now, I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell you,
yeah.
my babies, my grandson is 13. He's an
Hmm.
administrator, I guess. He helps do my flyers. I have a 36-year-old that does my flyers, who edits my books. My children do everything. My grandson, because I'm just gonna tell this. I was feeling a little unloved the last night. And
Hmm.
my hair was not done. My grandson sat up last night and did my hair, put me under the dry. Child, I was asleep the whole time. And then all I remember, he was like, Nana, please sit up so I could put this do-rag. I woke up and I was like, I look like a whole human today.
Listen, I pray to have grandkids like yours. Do my hair too.
I
Oh
got
my
eight.
goodness.
I got 8 of them.
Goodness gracious. I don't have none. I told my oldest, I said, listen, your siblings are still young. You better wait till they hit double digits before you pop out some kids.
Oh my God.
I ain't gonna be able to help you, sir. Mine are still too little. They just got potty trained. There's nothing I can do for you.
Oh, you have young babies.
Yeah, so I have a 4-year-old. He turns 5 this month, and then I have 3-year-old twins. So I wrote this book when they were 2 in the midst of potty training. I would just stay up late every night and write it while they were sleeping. Because what other time would I have, with the kids running around? Right. Have none. So,
My God. Y'all
hmm
hear what she's saying? And we met. Look, you might be my sister from another mother, because I'm telling you, I'm like that. My kids are
yeah.
when I'm gonna be honest, I put all my dreams on hold. I had businesses because I had a lot of kids to raise. I had a sick child, and I
Hmm.
was there for my kids. So I would create a business out of nothing. Baby, I would clean toilets. I started cleaning toilets. All you know, baby, I had customers paying me $300 to clean their house. Before you knew it, I was the
Right.
GP on the table, and they give me keys to their house. And I just
Mm-hmm.
created, I had to create a life. And then I had a husband too, but he worked 2
Hmm.
jobs. I have to say, my first husband worked 2 jobs so that I could be with our kids. I didn't look
That's
at it.
amazing.
I didn't look at it then that way, that for the whole 17 years, he worked 2 jobs.
Goodness. Yeah, my husband at work right now, so I get it.
Yeah, but what it caused, though, is us not to be friends anymore because
Mm,
each other. Because the kids were
wow.
getting bigger, and my kid's schedule was more important to me than his schedule.
Yeah, there's a fine line between it, right?
Yeah.
Like I have to self-consciously be like, my husband needs me,
Yes.
the kids need me, and I can't just everything about the kids. Like, no, my husband is still here, and he gonna be here when these kids get their life of their own.
This.
So I gotta make sure he good too.
So all you ladies out there that are bosses and doing all this, don't forget your
Don't
husband.
forget your man.
Don't
Please don't.
don't forget, because
Especially if he's supportive, Don't you can't.
the children will grow up, and they're gonna leave.
Trust me, I got one that left, and I'm like, oh Lord, adult children are special. They thought newborn stage was something. I said, heck no, adult children are special.
Look, my baby daughter is she's special. She said, my toenail break, I'm calling my mama.
Goodness.
And she ain't
Yeah,
lying.
mine be calling me too. I'd be like, boy, what? I didn't give you enough skills growing up to navigate this. I feel like I failed. I'm like, clearly I did something wrong with you, boy, because what? Why is you calling me about everything?
My children say that they're not spoiled, they're well taken care of.
That's another way to look at it.
Exactly. They have framed that thing up.
Mm-mm.
You the strength to publish a book. And I'm gonna say again, your book is racy.
Yeah, there are some racy parts because it was a situationship. It wasn't a relationship. We got to keep in mind this man, once he start going on tour, I could only see him certain times. It could be months that pass. But
Mm.
those when we did see each other, it was very passionate, you know. So I tried to put that into the book because it was the truth. The reason Muse fell in love with him so hard is because he knew what he was doing in the bedroom. And a lot of us get stigmatized and think it's love when it's really just a good orgasm. And that's what I really wanted to highlight. We can't confuse a good orgasm with love. That's not the foundation for love. I learned that later through a lot of therapy.
I'm glad you said that. In the Black community, it's talked about more now. Therapy.
Hmm.
When I was coming up, baby, it was like, what happened at your house? Stay at your house.
Oh
And
yeah, mine too.
yeah,
Mine too.
and that's why we
But
got
I
crazy killers running around. And I got a lot of I'm just gonna tell you the truth.
oh goodness.
I'm gonna tell you
I've
the
been in
truth.
therapy since I was probably 30, maybe a little younger than that. Shoot, we still go to therapy. Me and my husband, we it's like an oil change. You got to keep up, even if things are great. It just gives us the space to say what we need and not feel like we're going to go crazy on each other. It's definitely gave us the capability to communicate a
Mm,
lot better. Yeah,
wow.
so we've been in therapy, maybe 90 days after we knew we were going to get married, we started therapy. I was like, yeah, we need to go. Because if you say something I don't like, especially back then, I pop off on you. So I've calmed down a lot. I'm like, and another thing, So I had to calm that down because I went from being a single mother to my oldest to being in a marriage with kids I see every day.
Mm.
People don't talk about that transition. Like, I'm a single mother. My son is gone on the weekends. He's gone during like spring break and summer vacation. I'm out here doing me to being married with kids and they don't go nowhere. Oh, that
And no
I
break.
needed therapy
No
and
break.
no break. I'm like, oh, I need to send y'all to your daddy house. Oh, your daddy live here. Damn, where we gonna send them?
Nowhere. Downstairs.
Nowhere. Downstairs with grandma. Like, so yeah, it's been an adjustment for me. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, what is this?
So when you're writing, because I know you're not just the muse is written. I want you talking about doing, putting it on TV in the movies. So are you
Hmm.
writing anything else?
So Muse is actually part of a series. So it's going to be a 3-book series.
Okay.
Yes. So Muse is the first one that talks about the situationship. And then Mirage, Healing After the Illusion, is the
Hmm.
relationship she gets in after Muse. It's with a guy named Mirage. And so often once we get out of these bad relationships, we're like, you know what? I'm going to date somebody complete opposite of my type. That's got to be safer. That's going to be much better. That's what Mirage is. But it turns out it's way worse.
Wow.
He's a narcissist, all the things. Like, yeah, it's really bad. And although that relationship only lasts almost 2 years, it felt like 20, like because of the things that he was putting her through. So yeah, it starts literally where this one ends. Like, she's in therapy, she's really like taking care of herself, trying to get back to her. She thinks she's healed all the way because people go to therapy sessions 3 times and they're like, "Oh, I'm healed completely." Nope, that's not how it works, and that's what she learns throughout that book. So yeah, it's a mess. That second book, I just had my last beta reader. He just read it and he was like, "Man, people are going to lose it when they read this book."
And beta reader, I've just heard of that word. My coach was telling, us about it, and the person who's doing our marketing, because we won this $12,000 scholarship. Thank God.
Hmm.
It's for a bunch. And it was like the beta readers, they gonna read your book, they gonna tell you, and I never heard of that before. And this is my third book. And that's the first time I ever. So tell people a little bit about what is that?
So a beta reader, so like once you finish your manuscript, it's done. There's no edits, nobody's looked at it. The first people you send it to is your beta readers. They'll read through it. This is like the super rough draft of your book. They'll read through it. They'll let you know what parts made sense, what parts they love. Maybe you sound repetitive in some of the stuff that you're saying. They'll let you know that. And then you just compare the beta reader notes and make the adjustments to your book. And then you send it off to be edited. So I've
Okay,
been
how
working with
did you find a group of people like that?
TikTok.
Because you're just a regular person, right?
Yep, I
On
found them on
TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah, so what I'll do is it's like, hey, you guys, I'm in the midst of writing my next book and I need 5 beta readers. Click down below and tell me who your favorite beta readers are, or if you're a beta reader. And then I'll do like an application process. They'll have to sign an NDA so they don't release your book. And I'll be like,
Mhm.
hey, what genre do you like? What's the last book you read? You have to make sure that your beta reader reads, right? This can't be your first time doing it and you never read. That wouldn't make sense. So the people that I have, they're book talkers and they read constantly. So they have an idea of what to look for. And the notes that I get back from my beta readers is always top tier. Like they always elevate my book. They did it with Muse and they're doing it with Mirage as well. So shout out to all the beta readers out there because they really help bring an author's vision together.
Now, my daughter that I'm collabing with, she's a book talker. It's
Okay.
called They Call Me Bo. So if you check her out,
Okay.
she's baby, she reads 200 books a year.
Nice.
That many books a year. And she did that because she was so sick as a kid and she wasn't able to go to public school. That's where she immersed
Mm,
her life. And then when
I
she was
understand that.
younger, her granny, who's passed now, told her, "You're not talking." So she gave her a journal and said, "If you're not saying, at least write it." She didn't
Right.
realize. Now she realized that her grannies, our former first lady, all of
Oh,
them were bringing the author out in her.
mm,
They were bringing
I
the author
understand that.
in her. Yeah. So it's
It takes you to
I
another
never heard.
world. I grew up the same
Yeah.
way. But people call me, my brothers and sisters, they call me weird as hell. But I was like that. If you asked me what I wanted for Christmas, I'd be like books. And my dad would call my mom, and be like, "Why is she being weird? Why the hell does she only want books for Christmas?" So yeah, I was considered a weirdo. So looking at Book Talk now, I'm like, if they had this when I was a kid, oh my God, I would have just
Oh
gone
my God.
crazy. It was just weird to
She
read.
was.
I was always in the library and had my face in the book, and I didn't know what it was, but now we do. I'm
Yeah.
doing what I was destined to
And
do.
she's still that way. She goes to all these author things, and because her body, she calls it her body rebelling against herself. She talks a lot
Mm,
about this. We're literally writing a book now. If we do chapter one, I'm doing chapter one. It comes from her point of view and mine,
right.
and we're literally one brain. I didn't realize because our coach had us write out a list of something. And she didn't realize that we were in the same house that day. I was in Atlanta, and, and she was in the kitchen in class, the Zoom class, and I was in the living room. And she was like, "I wish y'all could swap lists." I said, "Hold on a minute, Bo, come here." And she walks into the living room, and our lists were exactly the same. And she
Goodness.
was like, exactly the same. And we don't
That's
talk to each other
wow.
about the book until after the chapter is written. So it's crazy.
Goodness. Yeah.
It's
Talk
crazy.
about being in sync
But I'm
with
gonna
your
tell her
daughter.
about that beta reader stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna tell her about that because that's something
Yeah,
she
I
need
just
to
get
be
mine
doing.
TikTok. Yeah. And then the ARC readers, I also get the ARC readers off of TikTok too.
What's an arc reader?
So once you get your beta readers, they give you the notes, and then you send it off for the editing process. Once everything is final, like you're making no changes, you're ready to print this book, is when you send out ARC copies. It's the final copy, and the great thing about ARC readers is they will read the book and they will review the book on Amazon, TikTok, wherever. They'll leave reviews on your book, which pushes your book out to more people. So with Muse, I had 18 ARC readers. I went a little
Wow.
crazy for the reviews because I was like, I'm a first time author. Nobody knows who I am. So I sent out a lot of copies of my book in the beginning.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are you a bestseller yet?
No, I'm not a bestseller to, you know, was that USA Today or New York Times, but in my eyes, I'm a bestseller. Because I didn't think I would sell one book, let alone over 700. So I don't try to go off the list. I feel like whenever it needs to happen, it will. But it's almost like the artists who don't get a Grammy, but we know they deserve the Grammy. It's like the music
Yeah.
isn't any less because he didn't get a Grammy. That's exactly how I
Yeah.
feel about indie writers.
And
We
I
don't
asked
always
the
get the
question.
recognition. No, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
We don't always
No,
get
go
the
ahead.
recognition. Yeah, we don't always get the recognition, but doesn't mean that we aren't accomplished writers and authors.
Mm.
I don't
That's
need
crazy.
the I don't need the accolades. I'm proud of what I've been putting out, so that's enough for me.
I think every person, I hate to say this because I'm a church person. I think if every church person heard what you just said, because church is the only place you come to that you need to feel validated.
Hmm.
You go to work, nobody validates you, you still go because you're going to get paid. You go to
Yep.
school, you don't get validated till you get the degree, but you don't quit. Then you come to
Yep.
church and somebody don't say you was the best pie cooker for the last 10 years and you leave your foot.
Yeah, that's
Y'all, did you hear
crazy.
what you said? You should be feel validated regardless.
Yeah, that's really in you. That's not for someone else to give to you. And I think that's what
Mhm.
people mess up. They're looking for everyone else to validate what they got going on. No one can validate me like me and
Ooh,
God. Like, there's no one else. There's no one on the planet Earth that can validate me more than me or push me more than myself. I am my worst critic. I am. And if I believe in me, that's it. That's it. I don't care if anyone else believes in me.
but where did that come from? That just didn't pop up in you. Where did that come from?
I just I feel like growing up, I seen a lot of people talk about it, but they really weren't about it. Oh, I'm gonna do this one day and they never do it. And me saying that, it turned my stomach. I didn't like it. And I just told myself then, I was like, if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Not only that, when I had my youngest son, because I was 19 pregnant and I had him at 20, people assumed the worst, like, oh, you're gonna be on the system, you're gonna be like this, you're gonna do that. And I really love to prove people wrong.
Mm.
So that gives me that fire. I was never on the system. I took care of my son, no child support payments, no help from his father financially. I ended up buying my first house on my own, and doing all the things, buying my first car. I did everything without anyone's help or begging anyone for anything. So just proving people wrong has been probably the fire under my butt. Because people, they don't believe in you. They don't believe in you. They don't think it's going to happen. When I tell people that this is going to be a movie, they look at me like I'm insane. They look
I'm
at
not
me like
gonna
I'm
lie, when you
crazy.
said that on TikTok, I was like, really?
I seen it, so that's what it is. Tiana Taylor going to direct the movie. Da Vinci going to play Brown Skin. Brian Destiny going to play Muse. Rico Love gonna do the soundtrack. The soundtrack gonna be up there with Waiting to Exhale. Like that. That's all I wake up thinking. I'm like, that's what's gonna happen. Our
How are
words are
you
powerful.
funding this dream, though? How are you funding this dream to make your book a movie?
I'm not gonna be able to fund it. God gonna fund it. He gonna
Oh,
send the right people.
whoop.
Baby, God gonna fund that. He put that dream in my mind. He gonna fund it. He showed me where he gonna take this, and I believe him. So if he showed me that vision, that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Mm.
He'll make it happen. And I tell people it might not be today and it might not be tomorrow. It could be 15 years from now. But guess what? It's gonna happen, and that's fine with me. I'm patient enough. I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing.
So you're doing the work.
Yeah.
You've written the book, you're doing all the things, you're making sure people are in place, interviewing people, doing it, but you're waiting on God's timing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we don't do that enough. We think that we're in control of it. We're not. The moment I let go of control, coming up with a plan, all the God took off. Where I'm at in my life, I never expected to be. I never expected to be married. I never expected to have more children. In fact, I was like, oh no, I'm never having any more children for years. For years. I was never the girl that's like, oh, one day when I get married, I was absolutely fine being single and mingling. I was cool with that. I had my house. I was good. My son was about to go to college. And then God was like, let me send her somebody before she start wilding out. Because he knew it was coming. He knew I was about to be ignorant. Child free with freedom? Yeah. He was like, nope. And sent me a husband. So I just
Sent you a
believe
good
sometimes
husband. He sent
he
you,
sent me a great husband. Yes,
yeah,
he
let's
did.
say that.
Yeah, he sent me an amazing husband that I wasn't even looking for. I was minding my business. I really was, and enjoying just my life, just being happy. So he's gotten me this far. You talk about a girl who grew up homeless most of the time, went to multiple elementary schools all over the DMV area, just was the poor black girl in a middle class neighborhood on Section 8, all the things, stuff being sold in storage. Like, I didn't come from great beginnings. My parent was locked up forever. My mother was going through what she was going through because she was a young mom. She had my sister when she was 14.
Wow.
Yeah, she's a preacher's kid. How's that look, you know? So
Wow.
it was a lot, but it built me. It definitely built me. And that's where I'm at. I have so many stories you wouldn't even believe. This is nothing compared to the years prior to this. I have a lot more. I was facing 10 years in prison myself. You see the irony in that? My daddy went away for 10 years, and then I almost went to jail for 10 years when I was 18.
Wow.
Yeah, people look at me and they be like, oh, I'm like, you have no idea what I've been through. But don't worry, the books are coming.
Oh, we know they coming. Look,
They
I'm just getting
coming.
on the ground floor to be your friend so I can sit and watch with some popcorn and a Coca-Cola.
So yeah, man, I'm gonna get the stories out there. I've always been an honest writer, writing for blogs. I had a sex column in the DMV back in the day. I've always been very honest, and that's why I've always been able to get my audience because people respect honesty.
People respect transparency,
Yeah,
especially
they do.
leadership, especially when you're a leader. They do.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you had leadership that wasn't, their public life wasn't like their private life.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've met a lot of people like that. You go and meet them, and they seem so happy and stuff on TikTok or Instagram, and then they're really assholes when you meet them in person. It's like, oh, what happened to that little facade you had going on TikTok.
Mm.
So when I meet good people, I appreciate good people. I do.
You have kind of messed my interview up. I was not expecting to say that you are homeless.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I stayed back in the first grade because I moved around so much. Yeah. My grades were terrible. but it lit a fire in me saying back, people making fun of you. I was like, I will never do this again. And then I became the straight A student. So everything plays a part. There's no shame in that. I got my GED, dropped out of school, got my GED. Then I went on, once I had my son, I was like, ooh, he looks expensive. So then I went to college. It took me 10 years to get my undergrad degree. 10 off and on because I was dealing with domestic abuse. And then when I was with my husband, I started my master's and I just got my master's. And that was a goal I set. I was like, listen, I'm going to get my master's. I'm going to be the first in this family to get a master's because most people didn't even get their high school diploma. And I wanted to show my son just because I had you does not give me an excuse to just sit where I'm at. Like, I want to show you, even as your mom, I can still accomplish all these things. I don't want to give him the excuse like, oh, well, you didn't do it. That was my fear. I was like, I don't want my son to tell me, well, you didn't do it, so why do I have to do it? Now, when I talk to him, I'm like, look what I did with you. You seen what I went through to make sure that you couldn't tell me anything like that because I did it with a whole baby. So if I can do it, anybody can do it.
I didn't even realize writing this topic, the courage not to fail, was really this. And most people, I watch a lot longer before I reach out on TikTok. And I'm being honest, because I'm so trans. When my grandson said, she said, she may have to cancel. I was like, cancel? I was in my recline, cancel?
Yeah, because I forgot I had bought those tickets. I said, oh crap.
And I was like, Elijah, I'm not about to get upset. Something else got to happen. He was like, but Nana, you know you could go on because you got stories. You could do it. I was like, but the Lord ain't gave me that. He was looking at me and he went back and read the email. She said, can we record? I said, what time she say that? I ain't doing number sleeping after prayer on Saturday. I go to prayer at 9. I get my other baby who's 7. She hanging out with me. Most time we sleep, child. I said, yeah, we can do it at 12 o'clock. Trying to make up something. And you know how they get irritated. I said, how many I've had to change plans because I had so many kids. What if they didn't trust me anymore and all the things that I accomplished, I wouldn't have never accomplished. Shoot, I had 3 baby bags at one time because I had 3 kids in 5 years.
Well, my kids downstairs, I had them back to back. So at my second son's birthday, his first birthday, I was already 8 weeks pregnant with the twins.
You ain't gotta say nothing, child. I have my sons are the same age some years.
Goodness gracious.
I think CJ was almost 6 months old. I was already 8 weeks pregnant with Jeremy.
No more pregnancy for me, though. I'm done. I'm done. My husband gave me that as a gift. There will be no more. There will be no more. What you want as a push gift? Vasectomy. That's the most romantic thing that you can ever do for me. I want to enjoy it and not what females, we gotta worry all the time. It feels good not to worry. It feels good. I say I can't even think about another man. I don't want to think about another man. They out there fertilizing eggs. I don't want it. No.
Child, I didn't even worry, honey. He just looked at me and I go to the doctor, I'll be pregnant.
Oh no, he need to be studied.
I'm telling you. And one day he came home. I was sitting on the edge of the bed. He looked at me. He called me Claude. His nickname is Pookie. He said, "You want to get pregnant?" I was like, oh, okay. 6 weeks later, I was pregnant with Leah.
Good.
We didn't even really think of my last child. The doctors, you can't get pregnant no more. You had TIA. I couldn't walk after I had my first son. I'm telling you, his head was so big. I had 21 stitches. This boy, yes. And I didn't have no medicine with my children. I had everybody.
Whew.
And I had
I
one child
needed the drugs, baby. The best part of delivery is the anesthesiologist. I'd be like, where is he? Go get my best friend. My husband like, he your best friend? Yes. You think I'm pushing out twins? I did vaginal deliveries for all of my children.
Oh my God.
Twins is another experience. I said, ain't nobody been pregnant, so they've been pregnant with twins. This is something different.
Twins, I'll be like, I couldn't have did that. Two babies crying at the same time? No.
Oh, that first year, I just looked at my husband and I was like, I hate you. And I know he hated me. We did not like each other for the first year. I was like, these kids are driving us crazy. Crazy.
But
It's
you
not
are
for the weak.
courageous in everything then.
Hmm.
You're courageous in everything then. And I'm not blowing
Yeah.
I'm not
No,
blowing.
I try to be. I'm not very like there's some people who are just scared to go here. Like people be like, oh, I can't travel because this is happening in the world, or I'm not that person. I'd be like, hey, whatever's gonna happen is happening.
Just put your mask on and jump on the plane.
If I listened to people, I would have never traveled because people are really scary about traveling. And I'm like, I told my husband, I said, I'm so glad I traveled the way I did, and I just ignored everybody or not to do it because I wouldn't have went no daggone where.
I want to say, if nobody said, I'm really proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm really
I
proud with the
appreciate
daddy hole, your mom not really being what she needed you to be, the relationships that were toxic. I mean, having a dad in jail, having a
it.
young
Yeah.
being a single mama, going to school and graduate. Look, you got you got homelessness, got left behind in first grade, but all that
Yeah.
pushed you to be who you are right now.
Yep. I don't regret none of it. There are no regrets. Everything is meant to happen for a reason. Even the water leaking all three of my floors. My husband's like, you always say everything's meant to happen for a reason. I'm like, but why did this have to happen? Like, they're taking out my toilet's next to my bed right now.
Oh
So,
my God.
yeah.
I just wanted you to know that I'm really, really proud of you. They're not, and I talk to a lot of young ladies. The Lord always puts somebody in my way. I mean, and I'm always encouraging them, but you have really encouraged me to push further.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. The result is what you make it.
Mm, mm.
If you're not getting up every day pushing your book and then you're mad that it's not selling, then that's on you. That's on you. Nobody's fault. Look in the mirror. If you wanted to go further, then do more. Work smart. I'm learning to work smarter, but do more. Because last year I was a disaster. I was posting constantly every single day,
You
and I was like,
are.
I can't do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. And I still post every day, but what I do now is I do my videos in bulk every Sunday. So I'll do
Mhm.
like 15 to 20 videos on Sunday, and then I'll schedule them out. So when you see my videos during the week, I'm not posting them, they're scheduled. So that frees up time for me to homeschool my kids and cook dinner and do all the other things like writing. I wasn't doing that last year. When you see me post a video last year, it was because I physically posted it, every last one. Like when this book came out, I did 24 videos because I wanted a video to drop every hour
Jesus.
before it released. Yeah, every hour. That's how cuckoo for Cocoa Post I was for this book. I was like, yeah, I want every hour a video to drop for 24 hours on TikTok. Yeah.
My administrator's listening. You should have never said nothing about sitting down and doing 15 videos. Oh, you just done gave me an idea. I'm gonna work him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
50, do like 50 because I do at least 3 videos a day. But if I see something trending, I might like just add a video out of nowhere.
Mhm.
But other than that, it frees up so much of your time. It frees up a lot because I was just, oh, I have an idea. Let me stop everything I'm doing to do the video. My husband's like, you need more structure. You just can't stop cooking dinner and burning our food because you got an idea for a video. Because that's what was happening. I was like, oh crap, I burned it. He's like, yo, we're
'Cause we
hungry.
hungry. We want to eat dinner.
Yeah, we want to eat. So now, since it's freed up a lot of my time, and maybe that's why I just gone on to this third book out of nowhere. Um, so yeah, now I'm working on this third book that just came to me. So yeah, it's
I'm
freed up
proud.
time for writing and reading.
I'm proud of you. I want you doing your thing. So, and the
Thank
next
you.
person that tells me I can't do this, I'm gonna grab this link and I'm gonna say, "What's your phone number?" And I am going,
Ain't no can. I don't do can. That what's that? What's that mean?
but I'm gonna show them this video so they can hear all that you've been through and overcome, and you've been all through that, and you still have humility.
Yeah, that's important.
You don't
Humility
have
is very
head.
important.
You
You
don't
don't
have
have no.
head.
Yeah, that big head stuff ain't gonna get you nowhere. It's just gonna hold you back. So you have to have humility. You know, I don't want to be that person because I
Mm.
meet those people and it annoys the hell out of me. The big hit people who sold 3 books and they think they're top of the letter. It's like, baby, your
Uh,
lighting's not that great in your videos and you sold 3 books. I'm gonna need you to come down to earth a little bit. But that's what the readers resonate with. They want someone who's down to earth. They want you to be yourself. That's what I try to be in all of my videos. I'm goofy. But when I'm home, my mom like, you're completely different when you're not on camera. Because when I'm home, I'm just like, I don't talk very much. I'm the same way I was when I was a child. But when I'm promoting something, this light bulb, it's like, hey, it's Jerry Confetti. At home, I'm just like this. Eh, complete opposite. I don't talk as much. I'm more of a listener at home. I still observe people just like I did when I was a kid. Because that's how you get the story. Sometimes you got to just be quiet and watch and see what's going on around you.
I'm glad we were able to do this and we just
Me
didn't let it.
too.
I hope you're having an amazing event and you just cleared up my evening to write and take a nap. I'm just gonna be honest.
See? Look at God. Want to do it?
Every Saturday at 6:30, somewhere in my studio, in somebody's house, locked up in an office,
Hmm.
because I'm not gonna miss that 6:30 hour. That's my ministry hour. I'm in my full
Right.
ministry at my church. We help with the daycare. We help with our restaurant. Whatever our pastor need to do, we try to make the vision come true. But this is ministry for me every day for me to meet somebody and for this story to be told. You know how many people are gonna be helped by hearing your story because we just got rid of
I
all
hope.
this.
Yeah, I hope it does help somebody. Don't let your past determine where you want to go in your future. Because I've had some people in my life, family members that are just still right there, and you don't have to be. It's a choice. It is a choice. Make the decision and stick to it.
Y'all, she just said what needed to be said. To end our interview with Straight Talk Food for the Soul, it was a different hour, but it was still an amazing hour. Thank you, Jerry, for coming. I
No,
hope you have an
thank you
amazing
so much for having me.
fry up this carpet and get this thing fixed. And
Oh God,
I'm gonna keep on watching. I'm gonna keep on watching. But know
I
that you
appreciate that.
a covenant sister now that is hooked to you. We may not talk every day, but on my prayer table, your name will be written. That
I
God,
appreciate that so much.
it'll be purposeful. Everything is purposeful. Everything is purposeful.
Amen to that.
So,
And you get
y'all,
that writing done tonight too.
don't worry. And we have to literally go, and it's a spot where all her writers go. And we have to write finished when we're done. Even if we just do 15 minutes a day, we're accountable to everybody in the chat that we write every day.
Gotcha.
It's got to be,
Gotcha.
if it ain't number 15 minutes, we're accountable every day to write.
Yeah, that's amazing. Keep it
Yeah.
going. Keep it going. And let me know when the book release so I can review it on my TikTok. Because I'm
Oh, no,
getting into that now too.
It's coming, and I already have my. It's I already have. I've been journaling my husband for 2 years. It's called Letters to a Husband from a Woman in Waiting. I already sent out the first set of letters. We're working on the second set of letters. These are a little more easier than the first set because these are the ones where I'm tired of waiting on you. So,
Well, let me know.
yeah, he gets the original copies, but I have a box with them, and they're dated, and everything that has happened to me, all the
Mm,
fumbles, all the healing, all even birthday. I had an amazing 60th birthday last November. My kids gave me up. They brought all my friends from everywhere, and I was like, he gets to hear all of that. He gets to see everything I felt in the moment. So he'll
wow,
journey.
that's
So
powerful.
yeah, and he won't be able to say, I didn't know what was happening. Yes, you do. Yeah, he'll
Yes,
flip
you
out.
do.
He'll know everything. And the moments that are so dark that I'm so exhausted,
Mm,
so tired, and I flip over and I grab the pillow and he's not there. He'll know that moment too.
that's
So
deep.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's coming soon as it's edited and ready. We're starting to build up. My marketing person has been getting on me, so we're gonna do some more. Get on
Yeah,
social
but
media.
definitely try the bulk videos. That, and then if you want, you should sign up for Repurpose. So
Read.
what I do is it's called Repurpose. So I post all my videos on TikTok, and what Repurpose does is shoots it out to all your other social media sites like Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube if you want, Facebook. That way you don't have to physically post on every single site. I
Wow.
only post on TikTok. I only post. I schedule the post and then repurpose puts it on Instagram and YouTube and all the other places. I don't do that because I
Okay, my
was last year.
because I'll
Yeah,
be
last year I was doing that and I was like, this is exhausting. My hands hurt and I need my hands for writing. I don't really need it to be wearing out over social media. There's so many platforms now.
yeah,
So repurpose is helpful. It costs, I think, like $20 a month, but it
it's
gives you
worth
your time
it's
back.
worth it's worth
Yeah,
okay, we
yeah.
gonna this is look when me and my team sit up when we meet, I'm be talking to them about it. And I'm gonna call you like
Yeah.
I want my the Spotify getting your books. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. This is some stuff I want to hear about you doing your audio book. I hadn't heard that this is a lot.
Yeah, so I think the most difficult part of the audio book for me, because mine is dual narration, I really wanted a man and a woman. I know there's some female narrators that do the male voices, and I just can't stand it. That's a personal preference. I just need a man's voice, right? But the bad part of that is you have to pay each narrator, and
Mm.
it can be costly. It can be costly. And then they have to produce it. I had no clue. I just thought they would just read your book and then they upload it. No, it's a whole production that goes into this. And then having it on ACX, they take like 10 business days once it's done to even get it up, which is something else I didn't know. I just learned that. And they have an exclusive agreement and a non-exclusive agreement. The exclusive agreement, you get 40% of the profit. They get 60, which is crazy. And if you do non-exclusive, which I am going to switch over to non-exclusive after 90 days, you only get 25% of the profit. They get
What?
75%. Yes. This is why, and when I know, you'll know. This is why I'm trying to come up with a different way to put my audiobook on my website for people to get. Because with it, Amazon paid for nothing. They didn't do anything. I literally paid for this audiobook up front out of pocket. And they think they deserve that much money. So it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. As much as I love the audiobook, 25% ain't gonna cut it.
No. And I literally want to read. Everybody else tells me the voice that I have, and because
Hmm.
nobody can read my book like me, I want to read my own book.
Listen, if you can do it, I didn't want to just because I'm writing. I was like, it's gonna take away from me writing right now, and I don't. And I have a studio in my house. I could have easily did it, but no, no. I was like, I don't want to do it.
I want to
But
read.
luckily, We
Yeah,
need more Black people to narrate it. It took me 3 months to find my narrators because I was like, they have to be Black. They have to
and
be
you
Black.
got all these people on TikTok.
No, so with the narrators, so once you upload, you claim your book on ACX, then people will start doing auditions, right? You'll do like a script of what you want them to read, and then you can select from there. So I did auditions. The great thing about that is um, Audible, well, not Audible, ACX, they only let you choose one narrator. So you can only hire one person on ACX. If you have a second person, you have to hire them outside of it's a whole thing. It is a whole thing. Yeah, I learned
You
a
know,
lot through
that
that
is
process.
already a whole course that you can teach and get paid for right now.
I know people tell me this all the time, but for me, I'm like, I wish someone could just tell me. You know what I mean? I wish everything didn't cost. I'd be happy if you just bought my book. So, like, when I am live, if people have questions like that, I just answer them. It's like, hey, just get my book, but here's the information. And I leave it like that. Like, because I just wanted someone to just tell me and it not always cost something because it's already expensive to be an indie author.
Yeah.
It's already expensive. So, yeah.
It's already expensive, but the footwork that you've put into it, do you know
Mm-hmm.
bumps somebody won't have to go through? If your class was $150, you know
Mm-hmm.
how many bumps they wouldn't have to hit?
Yeah, people keep telling me this. Maybe it's something I should consider
Put it in your
because I do
profile.
have a lot.
Just
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna have to.
put it in your because literally the coach that I have, she's turning my letters into a course. That's part of what I won.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Goodness.
so I get the whole shebang. I get the whole shebang. And it's
Oh
not the
my
book
goodness.
me and my daughter are collabing on. It's
Hmm.
literally my other book that I already wrote.
Goodness. You busy then.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
That's a good thing.
Yes, it is. I'm single, so I'm
Hmm.
yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Mm.
So we love you, Jerry. Thank you for taking the time out to hang out with us, to encourage from homelessness to get you went to grad school, you married,
Hmm.
publishing 3
Yeah.
books, you about to make a movie. Look, and she paid for all her stuff out of pocket, y'all. We ain't got no excuse for the thing.
No, we don't. We
We ain't got
don't.
no excuse. And some folks just don't even want to get up and go to work a 9 to 5.
Mm.
And this
Goodness.
young lady is doing all the things, y'all. And she got the courage to do it. So I hope and pray that this encourages you to do more, to make
Yeah.
a decision, rip the band-aid off and be your greatest self, not just for you, for God and for all the people that you will impact.
Yeah, because somebody needs your story. I think that's where people get scared. Does my story matter? Yes. I'm here to tell you, yes, your story matters. Somebody needs your story.
I love y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me on a Saturday afternoon. Have an amazing time, Jerry, at your event tonight. We love
Thank
y'all.
you.